Here are 5 bourbons that I'll be bringing out for Mother's Day. What's up, everybody? It's the Bourbon Guy, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to talk about Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up, and I feel like every year I see the same thing. Father's Day comes around, and it's like, oh, what whiskey to get the father in your life, and blah, 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 blah. But we, for some reason, don't think to do this for Mother's Day, and I don't know why. There's plenty of mothers out there that enjoy bourbon. So I figured, let's look at my own wife, and who's a mother of our 2 beautiful kids, and she does an amazing job. So thank you to her. Thank you to all the moms out there just killing it. I don't know what we would do without moms. Shout out to my own mom as well. Happy Mother's Day. But as I kind of started to think through this, I wanted to think of which bourbons does she enjoy. I think sometimes we don't really, I think shopping for anybody, period, is tough. But depending on the mother that you're shopping for in your life, maybe that's somebody that's a really diehard whiskey enthusiast. Maybe it's just somebody who's casually into it. Maybe it's somebody that's not really into whiskey at all. This is going to range widely. But for this list, I figured I'm just going to roll with what some of her favorites are, and we'll go from there. All right, number 1, Woodford Double Oak. So back when my wife and I started dating, we went to Woodford Reserve. It was one of the first dates that we went on after Buffalo Trace. We did Buffalo Trace, then we did Woodford. The hindsight, I see what she was doing. She was trying to lock it down early. It worked. But anyway, so Woodford, we got a chance to go there, tried Woodford Reserve. They had this Double Oak, and this is back when the Double Oak was in the actual Woodford bottle. The whole thing, the experience, the chocolates that they gave you with it, with the tasting, we loved it. It was just, especially that pairing, chocolate and whiskey. That's going to go probably with every bottle on this list. But it was something that we both enjoyed. It was something that we really the experience made us probably enjoy it even more. But Double Oak has always been a product that she's interested in. And so for those that may not be as familiar, Double Oak just simply means that it was barreled again. So they matured it in one barrel, and then you literally just put it into a second barrel. So you double oak it. So that's where the terminology comes from. Woodford was one of the first ones that I remember doing this. That I can think of off the top of my head. Now I think everybody's got a double oak product of some sort, or finished in oak, or whatever it is. This is the OG, and this is one of the ones that I remember when we were dating. It's specifically that she enjoyed. We both did, but she still enjoys this one today. All right, number 2, Blanton's. So save your eye rolls and everything else for another video. But this one is one that she, we both were. I mean, like, as I got into bourbon and I started learning more and more, obviously Blanton's comes up for a lot of people. Even if you don't really know that much about bourbon, you probably know enough about Blanton's if you're even watching this video, type of thing. Like, we had Blanton's, and I opened it and we tried it, and it was good. It was not like, and that's never been my argument. My argument has always been the markup on this, but she enjoyed the sweet notes of it, the honey, and all of those flavors that kind of come together is what she enjoys about this particular bottle. So with it being as hard as it is to find, although it is findable, sometimes you can find it and just not pay the price that you want to pay. But either way, it's a bottle that she has always seemed to enjoy, and so for that reason, I put it on this list. All right, number 3, this one I have to put on the list because she enjoys it, but it is no longer available. And if you do find this somewhere, I'm sure it's marked up through the roof. But number 3, this is from Bardstown Bourbon Company. This is the Prisoner Wine Finish. So same type of idea with the double oaked product, where you have a certain whiskey that's aged and matured, and then you're going to take it out of that barrel, and now we're going to put it in a wine barrel, except for this is a specific wine barrel that housed Prisoner wine. She is a huge fan of Prisoner wine. She really enjoys that bottle. So and I enjoyed Bardstown Bourbon Company. So when we originally found out they were going to do a partnership, I knew it was a bottle that we had to have. So Bardstown, and amongst other brands, they've done red wine finishes before. I think just the familiarity of Prisoner wine for her is why this one is one that she really, really enjoys. I got it for her originally when she was pregnant. So the rule was we weren't allowed to open it. Obviously, she wasn't drinking it, but I wasn't even allowed to try it until she could have it, which is fair. I get it. But either way, and now it's a bottle that we still have. We had a couple of them, and I think this might be our last one. So we've kind of been babysitting this one a little bit, but I think it's fun to revisit this one every once in a while. Again, unfortunately not one that you could probably just run out and grab. I get that. But again, because she enjoys it so much, I have to put it on the list. Number 4, Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. Now this one actually is becoming findable. I've definitely seen this one around. So depending on where you live, obviously, maybe easier for some than others, but at least in my area, it's starting to become more and more findable. A lot of Heaven Hill products have become more findable this year. I've seen more Henry McKenna. I've definitely seen more Heaven Hill bottled and bond. So there's a lot of products that maybe were a little bit harder to find from Heaven Hill that have seemed to found their way out into distribution. Either way, this one is one of her absolute favorites. She loves Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. It just, I don't know. She enjoyed Elijah Craig, the regular 94 proof already. So that's probably a great start. And the toasted notes, in my opinion, she probably enjoys that the same reason that she enjoys the Double Oaked from Woodford. I mean, just those toasted notes, right? I know that sounds redundant, but those chocolatey, marshmallow type of notes. With how she drinks bourbon, she loves to pour a little glass and get some type of chocolate snack, or, you know, chocolate chips, or the little Trader Joe's Reese Pieces, or not Reese Pieces, the little Reese cup things, or whatever they're called. She enjoys pairing that type of dessert with bourbon. So in my opinion, something like a toasted, where it already kind of has some sort of chocolate note in there, is going to help that chocolate dessert just feel over the top. Elijah Craig Toasted has definitely got to be on this list. It's one that, if there's one bottle she typically asks me to go look for in our basement to bring up to drink or something, it's probably going to be this one. All right, number 5, the OG Maker's Mark 46. Maker's 46 was one for her that, you know, I mentioned the Woodford, yes, Elijah Craig, but 46 was one that when we would go out to places, so they're not going to have, most likely, an Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. And, you know, maybe they have Double Oaked, but some of these other bottles on here, they might have Blandons at a price we don't want to pay. But I mean, they have all these different options at bars sometimes, but sometimes they don't. When there's a very limited amount of bourbon at a particular bar, whether we're at an airport or a hotel bar, we've been at different places like that, and they may not have anything else, but they have Maker's Mark, and sometimes they have, I'd say most of the time, they have Maker's 46. Maker's 46 quickly became one for her that I know she does drink it neat, but has no problem putting it into a cocktail. She loves to do some type of Kentucky Mule with this. So, you know, extra lime, I've learned, extra lime juice, extra lime, throw all the lime in there, and that's what she enjoys. So Maker's 46 definitely has to be on this list. And that's it. That's my wife's and the mother of my children. That's her 5. I would say, in my opinion, if I had to guess, see, I'm like catching myself just in case I'm wrong, but these are 5 whiskeys that she absolutely loves, that she really, really enjoys. Again, she enjoys them sometimes in a Kentucky Mule with extra lime. She enjoys them neat with, you know, chocolate, or whatever the case is. However she chooses to enjoy them, this Mother's Day, she can do whatever she wants. And she has done so much for our family, so much for our kids. So again, thank you to her, and thank you to all the moms out there that are just, like I said, killing it. Don't just think of whiskey as a gift on Father's Day. It's a gift for anybody. All types of people enjoy whiskey. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Thank you again for all the support to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.